There is an ever-persistent theme on my channel, and that is, well, there's actually two themes. Number one, no e-girls. And number two, no simps. Simps are not allowed. Matter of fact, earlier today, I was looking at my comment section, or actually a friend of mine sent me a comment that they had gotten, or they had seen on one of my videos, where a user, somebody that had subscribed to me, was simping for another e-girl, as if they don't listen to my advice. You people, I give you guys free advice every single day from my infinite wisdom, and you people just choose not to listen. Well, let a cautionary tale guide you to great things. Sometimes you have to see people reach the lowest of the low in order to succeed, or rather in order to get the point, alright? And today, I'm going to show you a story that I would definitely classify as the lowest of the low. Get ready for this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is an amazing story right here. Young Twitch fan caught giving $20,000. $20K! We're not talking about $2K or even $10K, as ridiculous as an amount that is. $20K of his parents' money to streamers. This kid is a simp. And you might be saying, well, maybe he didn't give it to women. Doesn't matter. You should not be giving this much amount of money to streamers, alright? Unless you're giving it to me. I'm a streamer. I stream every day. So if you want to drop exorbitant amounts of cash to any streamer, it should be me, because I give you guys that premium, that good content. I give you that, alright? But I guarantee any streamer that this kid is donating $20K to is not worthy of 2% of that. Whatever that is. I can do math. Oh no. A teenage Twitch fan has racked up some serious charges on their parents' debit card after an alleged $20,000 spending spree on donations and subscriptions without the card holder's knowledge. Now again, I have to stress this. How does this happen? What world, what fantasy are we living in where a kid can grab, I mean, there's always the meme, right? You know, the kid grabs the parent's credit card and, you know, starts donating to streamers without the parents knowing. But usually it's like a few $100 or something. Like, I remember back in the day when like when the iPhone first came out. And my mom got an iPhone for the first time. And, you know, she would give it to us and let us play games on it because this was a new concept to us at the time. Us being, you know, me and my siblings, of course. I remember when my siblings, I'm not gonna, you know, name them, of course. I would never air out my siblings on my YouTube channel. What am I, crazy? But I remember one of them got caught spending money on in-app purchases. But by the time they were caught, they'd only spent like $100 at most. Not $20,000, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. $20K. The article says Twitch is an entirely free-to-watch platform for the most part, requiring no subscription fees to sign up and start watching any stream from any broadcaster at any time. But if you become a loyal fan who regularly tunes into a select few streamers, it's common to support those broadcasters financially. I love how they have to explain how live streaming works, you know? Like, these boomer tier written articles are like, oh, there's live streams and you can give them money. Wow, stunning concept, Dexterito. It's common to support those streamers, broadcasters financially, either through a monthly subscription or other means of donating. Yes, that is how live streams work. The price of a monthly sub ranges from $5 to $25, depending on the tier, which is split between the streamer and the Amazon-owned Twitch itself. With countless streamers to choose from, if you're not careful, you could end up with a hefty monthly bill. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty frugal when I spend money. I'm not just, you know, throwing tons of cash. Like, I like to hoard the money, you know what I mean? Like, hoard the wealth. That's me. And this is before any donations are taken into account. You can choose to donate an unlimited amount of cash as a one gift to a streamer, and it appears that this teenage fan was doing just that, reaching over $20,000 in only just over 2 weeks. It's not like he was doing this for like years on end, you know, like he was just, you know, he had the credit card, you know, and he was just, you know, his parents just never knew until it was far too late. This kid was at it for only 2 weeks, 14 days, and already he'd somehow amassed $20,000 in debt for his parents. Dude, if I had done something like this, I think it goes without saying, but if I had done something like this, I would have gotten mauled. I would have gotten destroyed. I mean, my parents were mad enough when they found out when, $100 was spent on in-app purchases without them being aware. I mean, $100 is nothing to an adult, but 20,000? Are you kidding me? I just can't get over that dollar amount, I mean, this has happened plenty of times on Twitch where, kids will spend absorbent amounts of cash, but $20K, man, I don't remember it being that much. According to their parent, who posted a worried plea on the official Twitch subreddit, their minor child, I love how these are written, their minor child, spent almost $20K using a debit card on subscriptions and donations, cleaning out my bank accounts without my knowledge or permission, years of saving gone in 17 days. That's right, my minor child spent $20K. No response from customer service in over 2 weeks. No response to a certified mail to CEO or Amazon Legal. Does anyone know if I can get this money back or how to get a response? It sounds like this, this family, they just got totally just demolished by this. Unknowingly liberated from their savings, the parent explained that they had received no response from either customer service nor Amazon's legal team or CEO Emmett Shear. Depending on how the money was spent, some of it may not be reclaimable through Twitch. Many streamers use third parties like Streamlabs to process one-off donations. Only channel subscriptions or bits are handled by Twitch directly. And by the way, if I had to guess, this money is probably not going to be returned. Streamlabs, some accounts let you refund the donation unless the streamer files you for a chargeback or whatever. I remember Etika went through this huge situation where he would always get trolled by donators who would donate to promote their own channel or their Twitter accounts, and then they would refund the generous donations. Like, fans would come in, throw him like hundreds of dollars, and he'd be like, oh my god, you guys are so generous, this is amazing. And then a few days later, they would reclaim their donation, and he had to fight them back, and eventually he ended up winning when PayPal chose to side with Etika. That was actually a huge moment for streaming because Etika is one of the first streamers to publicize this issue and fight it to the death. He had the hardline stance of, if you send me money, even if it's your kid, I don't care. This fucks with my business. I want my money. You can't take it back because you were too irresponsible to parent your kid. And while some people might look at that as like a harsh stance or whatever, I completely agreed with them at the time. Now, look, if somebody were to donate, an exorbitant amount of cash to my stream at the time, I probably would, give it back. I'd like to think so because, I live in my parents' house. Right now, I'm not dependent on the money I get from streaming. The stuff that I do pay for, like, occasionally I'll go out and get some food or, school or something. Like, I'm able to pay that just fine. So I'd probably give it back. But if I was struggling and this was happening to me consistently where people were sending me money all the time and then charging it back, and then being like, oh, please give me my money back. My kid, I'd just be like, come on, man. Like, what do you mean? You can't parent your kids? You can't tell you can't keep your credit card away from your kids? Like, who does that? I never had access to my parents' credit cards. Even if I wanted to, that wouldn't happen. Like, do parents just not, like, there's just no sense of discipline in the house? Like, I know, like, I sound like a big boomer right now, but, like, I'm just saying, like, it seems like there's there's things that should be taking place here that are not, and it's just absolutely crazy, man. Some helpful responders suggested that the parents' only recourse would be to contact their bank directly and report the transactions as fraudulent. The bank could then hopefully begin the process of chargebacks. The parents said that she got the names of the streamers from the child, and they included an NBA and NFL player and 3 other super popular streamers. This would be very disappointing news to whatever streamers benefited from the child's reckless spending spree, but chargebacks are not uncommon. Streamers are often advised not to spend any money received from donations for at least a few months, as chargebacks are apparently surprisingly common. And yeah, I have to say, it is a case-by-case basis, but in general, streamers should not have to put up with these bullshit chargebacks, like, they earned the money. Parents need to parent their kids. They need to, discipline them. They need to teach them how not to be assholes and stuff like that. And they need to keep their shit away from their kids. Like, this is, like, so obvious. I almost feel like the parents should suffer in a way just so that they can learn that, hey, you kind of failed as a parent if your kids literally have no respect for you, that they're going to spend all your money and just have no sense of obedience. Like, even at a young age, I was obviously mischievous, but I still had some, respect for my parents, like, where I would not do certain things because, I respected them too much to, cross that line. I mean, Come on, this is just common sense or whatever. Anyway, funny article there. Just thought I'd talk about that because it was interesting to me. Special shout out to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/AugieRFC. Supporting me over there is not necessary, but it is fun because we do extra content over there and, you know, bonus videos and stuff. I might actually toss up a bonus video there later today too, just to catch up on my obligations. But yeah, thanks for supporting me on Patreon and on YouTube and on Storyfire, and I will catch you guys later. Let's play that track out. Peace out, everyone.